Welcome back to Henry's Garage. In this episode we lay out the wire in Loom and we try testing probably about 80% of it just for connectivity. I figure if I've got the connectivity there, then when we start applying power it should work. I know that's not quite right, and we'll possibly find that out later because there have been lots of added connections within this Loom, but we're going to work with what we got. So please like, please subscribe, please comment, and see you next time. Bye. So in the last episode I was painting, and the sensible thing now would really be to wet sand and buff and all of that stuff to get it as good as I can, but I'm going to leave that to really harden off for a couple of weeks in fact. And I'm going to try and see if I can work out what's going on with my electrics. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to re-thread it through the car, but I'm going to lay it over the top of the car, and over the top rather than on this side, because I obviously bring the stag in. So I'm going to lay this over the car, try to get everything going to roughly the right place, and so I can work out or rework out what's what, and hopefully test things to see if they work. Right, this is a bit clearer to me at least, I think. So I've laid it across the top of the car like this, so we've got the fuse box roughly where it would go. Then running back to the rear, we've got this that runs all the way along to both lights, and then in the middle we've got the bit which probably goes to, where's it, there we go, we've got the middle, and that probably goes to the seat belts and stuff, almost certainly. Then here we've got something, just really not sure what all of this is, but that's going back there. This is clearly the controls in the middle of the car, the far side. I have added on here the passenger door harness, and I've done the same somewhere over there with the driver door harness. Okay. And then, just because I'm trying to keep things separate, here we've got the heater units coming out. Alright, and then we've got the power right there, and obviously the alternator and starter motor, and whichever one this is. I don't think that'll be hard to work out. And then we've got the bit that comes to the front of the car. So we'll be going through the bulkhead, we'll be coming out somewhere, coming along the wing, and then coming back out through here, I think. This, I've then connected this side light up, and so this comes back to here. Oop. This runs along the front apron, goes to the other pop-up light. So one pop-up light here, front apron, second pop-up light. We have a side light in here, and then we have the one that goes back to the actual side of the car. So that all looks okay. Now I can't work out where this one connects up. So this is the side light. It's the equivalent of this one here, and it's obviously got an extra cable added, and it's got one here, so it's come off at some point, and I'm going to have to try to work out where it goes, because I can't find a connector for this. Assuming I've put these in the right places, and it's entirely possible I haven't, but assuming I have, I need to work out where this one goes. Still, having it laid out like that does help. Okay, so then what have I got? Well, over here I've got some wires, and these are so grubby I can't actually read them. However, I do remember seeing something that said something like PF on it. Can you see there? It says P something. And actually, that could well see, that's black, so that could well go in here, in fact. Oh, and then that one might go in here. Hang on. Okay, well, I've added that there and there, but that could easily be wrong. So I'm going to have to somehow work. I'm going to have to work out how I'm going to test all of this and where everything goes, and get it all kind of, you know, tested before I get it on the car. And then over here I've got some wiring that says things like, well, this is speaker, so okay, fine, that can go. And then this is part of added wiring, battery, question mark. So this went to the battery, and then I don't know where else it went. And this went from unearthed, unknown passenger front, and it was earthed. So yeah, and again I've still got a whole bunch of wiring in the box still. So we are going to leave it like this for now, and we're going to stop for today. And what I think I'm going to try to do is run a jump cable from the battery to here, so that we've got power coming in. I'll leave it on the car like this. I'll earth the earth somewhere, or create an earth for things to come back to it, and then we'll see if we can get any kind of power to anything. The problem will be that I need the switches in order to do that, so maybe I will have to install it. Oh. Okay, so this wiring is really grubby, but I just want to, just because it's grubby doesn't mean it's not all in good shape still, in terms of having connectivity. So I'm just trying to slowly work around. I'm going to, I've just started, trying to understand what the relays are, and if I've actually got continuity, because, you know, clearly when you look at it, I've got lots of places where someone has been editing, you know, adding to the electrics. So I'm just trying to understand basically how it works. So over here I have my starter connection, and hopefully that's in view. So this is where the starter, the ignition switch connects onto. Okay, and if I go from here to over here to the brown, so I've connected to brown there, and if I connect to brown over here, you can hear I've got continuity. Similarly, if I go from the red and white over here, and come to the red and white over here, I've got continuity. So this goes into my starter switch. It comes along, and this is my starter relay. Okay, one more thing to check. Also, if I connect up over here to the positive, and to the brown over here on the starter switch, it's the wrong answer. Should work. Ah, came off. So from there to my switch. Okay, so I know all of that. If we just move to the back here as well, or to the front even. Right, so from the the brown cable on the starter motor, that should come through to the alternator, which it does. Good. And the orange cable, or white and orange, or white and pink, should in fact come through to the relay. There we go. Just wasn't pushing it in far enough. Okay, so what have I just shown you? So here we've got our starter switch. So that's where I was originally checking the red and is it red and white? Red and white and brown wires, and they both come through here, which is our starter relay. Okay, and then from here we've got connection from our starter motor to our alternator. We've got power coming through to here, and also to here. And what was the other bit we checked? The red and white comes through to here. So we know that that's working. So actually those look like now the other wires that come out of here, sorry, we've got a white and pink which goes to the radio here, so I'm not worrying about that. And we've got a white and purple, I think it is, no, it's a straight white, which comes through to the seats here. So I can check that next. So if we go from the white wire here, that comes along into here. Okay, and then that connects up, and hopefully this is going to work, but that connects up to green and orange cable that runs along here. It runs through here. Is it that one? Yeah, through there. Yeah, that way. Runs up through the main loom up here. Comes along here. Comes out. Goes through this connector here into the back. And then runs all the way to the back of the car, well, to the seats actually, rather than the back. And where have my seat bits gone? Right, the next bit I'm looking at, these are the lights. So 8 and 9 are the left hand and the right hand headlamp run stop relay, so that's the up and down, and 10 and 11 are the left and right hand headlamp actuator, so that's the actual motor for it. So we have a UO, so that's blue and orange, and a UB, blue and black, go into one. Number 11 is the right hand, and to the left we have UK and US, so UK is pink and slate. Okay, so if we come over here, So we're looking at this relay here, and I've got that into the blue and slate. And when I come down here and connect up, there we go, we can hear it. Similarly, if I move the connection to the blue and orange, or blue and pink, or whatever it is, there we go. So I now know that this here is my relay for the left. This is my relay for the left front. So this is the relay for the front left. So I think this is the relay for the right headlamp, because we got the same structure of wiring. Unfortunately, I can't test it because I replaced the connector here, and I don't have anything that will go in there in order to test it, so I can't test that that's right, but I think that is. Well, I'm trying to work out what all the relays are, and so number 20 is the headlamp flash relay, so I'm guessing that's the up down, and that has a if I can read and my eyes are going, that's got a purple and blue wire, UP, purple and blue, coming over here to flash the units. So this looks like it's the most likely relay in the top right. We've got that connected up, and when we come down here, I think it was that one, there we go, we got a connection, so good. Now that's good. The problem then becomes, I had this all connected up here, I think. Okay, and it then went to this relay, and that goes off all over the place. So, you know, these are obviously not the original wiring. I don't think there were any purely red wires anywhere on here. And there might be, but I'd be surprised if they just turned up like that. So I think at this point we got something strange. So I think rather than struggling with this too much, what I'm probably going to do is, when we're putting it back in, I know that's the headlight flasher unit, and I'll probably run wires, I'll try to emulate what we actually have in that wiring diagram to take it back to what it used to be. Now I probably won't have the right colour wires, because that stays at all the way up into there when it becomes light green, blue and light green, which I suspect is actually on the lights themselves. So I went and got a headlight, and I've connected all of these up, so this all looks right, and this one should connect up here. This is a blue and brown, and that's our blue and brown just there, and that comes back here to the same switch, number 20. Good. So if we look at our switch number 20, back here, we find the blue and brown wire, and you can see I've got, and I'm just trying to check connectivity on it, and I don't seem to have it. Okay, now so I don't know if I've just got a really poor connection at the ends, maybe a bit of rust, or I've got something in the middle which I'm missing. No. So I'm not sure why that's not connecting up. But I'm pretty certain that's how it should connect up. So there's our first proper problem, and we don't appear to have connectivity. As I go down this list, the next relay I come across is the horn relay, which is number 56, which is here. And the colours on this are purple and yellow, purple and black, and purple. So it's this one here. Okay. And if we follow our purple and yellow, just connect this up again. So if we follow our purple and yellow to this one, there we go. So we have a horn there, and I'm going to take a guess. We should have a horn on the other side somewhere, probably that one. Okay, so I know my horn wiring is okay. Okay, so that leaves me with this. Now this says Pectron on it. And a quick Google of Pectron shows it to be a Spanish company, I think, that does relays. And they were used by British Leyland, so it probably is that, but I cannot find another relay except for within the air conditioning section on that diagram, and certainly I can't find anywhere that has a blue and purple, blue and green, and blue and white electricity wires going in. So I don't know what that is, and I can't work it out. So rather than stressing, I'm going to have a little think about it and do some investigation. I've just tested each of these fuses, and they're all fine, and these two I checked the back, no wires going there, so there aren't meant to be fuses there. So that's good. I just don't know what this is for, and I've got the one wire going to the lights, which doesn't appear to be working, to here, which I'll have to investigate a bit more. Okay, next day, and I'm just checking this again, and when I come back here I realised we've got two blue and browns going in there, and I was checking the one, and if I check the other one, which is this one in the middle, there you go, I don't know if that's coming out, but I can hear that. There you go, you can see it there. We have connectivity. So based on everything I've checked so far, and I haven't done all of the wires, but I've done more than I've shown you, I think that I have connectivity where I should have connectivity. So from that point of view, all's good. They might be a mess and things like that, but they seem to be working. I mean, I've even taken these bulbs out and brought them over to this battery here and earthed them, and they all light up. So I think what I'm going to do is actually try to fit it back into the car, and we'll do that in the next episode. Okay, so that's it for this episode. The next episode we're going to install the wire and loom back into the car. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time.